poker star cheated out of over $1 million. Cards that are see-through with special contact lenses. A friendship shattered by deceit. And to top it all off, a death threat. It's just another day in the high-stakes world of poker. So let's talk about the recent tumultuous saga of Nik Airball, Wesley, and Mars.
I 4-bet jammed the flop hands and he calls me with one pair. I really need to work on my image.
But before we do, thank you for checking out Poker Boom. We're a channel all about poker, and if you're here, you probably like poker, so you're in the right place. Enjoy the video and consider giving us a like and subscribing if you want more great poker content. So let's first get to know the players. Nik Airball is a well-known player in the high-stakes cash games on the popular Hustler Casino livestream. Renowned for his unpredictable and action-packed gameplay,
Life is good!
Oh, here we go.
Whoa, I'll take it all.
That's not the
Count
pot.
for the heads-up match.
The fireworks begin, Airball.
he burst onto the scene on Hustler Casino Live on February 1st, 2022, winning almost $15,000 in one session. He would go on to win over $1 million on the stream, up until a brutal session on St. Patrick's Day in 2023.
There's a call!
Oh my God.
Airball just bet $110,000, and Rampage took about 3 seconds to make the call.
When he lost over $750,000.
Airball is down $670,000.
Not much is known about his background, and there's been a lot of back and forth as to exactly where all of his money came from. Some have said that his money comes from his past life as an investment banker, but others say this simply isn't true. Wesley Fei, more commonly known as just Wesley, only began playing poker in 2022 when a friend introduced him to the game. He's largely recognized for his fearless approach to risking significant sums of money at the table, and he was apparently a millionaire crypto investor before getting his start in poker.
You know, I have a hedge fund, and I personally lost like $20 million cash.
You personally lost?
Yeah, not including my fund. Yeah, I personally lost $20 million in cash.
If you want to see something wild, you should watch this massive hand that he lost to Tom DeWan on the stream, one of the biggest hands in the history of televised or stream poker.
There's the call!
Take call?
Tom Dwan has just won the biggest pot in the history of televised poker.
Now Mars, whose real name is Ye Shen, is a poker player hailing from Shanghai, China. He first came onto the scene in 2019 at the 50th World Series of Poker. He finished in 1,152nd place out of 8,659 players and earned $15,000. He has since gone on to win big, netting over $300,000 in profit from the Hustler Casino livestream alone. But now let's get to the scandal. While most of the poker world was at the WSOP Paradise in the Bahamas, a riveting controversy between these men erupted. Nik Airball first took to social media to make startling allegations against Mars. Airball claimed that Mars cheated him out of $1 million through a series of poker games, leaving him deeply hurt and upset. In a tweet he said, "Just found out that someone who I thought was a close friend of mine cheated me out of $1 million in a series of poker games. Very hurt and upset for obvious reasons, more details soon." Wesley Fei joined Nik Airball in alleging cheating against Mars. Fei claimed that Mars brought his own deck and dealer to a home game, whose blinds range from 2550 to 5100. According to Fei, the deck used by Mars was see-through, allowing players to see the cards by wearing special contact lenses. Fei went on to say that he lost $1 million in the game, while Mars emerged with $1.6 million in winnings. Fei backed his claims with screenshots of text messages, with Mars confirming the use of marked decks. In response to these serious allegations, Mars denied cheating, but admitted to bringing a marked deck to the poker game. According to Wesley, Mars justified his actions by suggesting that the accusers might be attempting to avoid payment by changing the deck. Despite this denial, Fei emphasized the special deck used by Mars was not standard and could not be purchased at a regular store. Despite Mars maintaining a Twitter silence since the allegations surfaced, the situation remained tense. It's crucial to note that the Hustler Casino livestream itself is not implicated in any wrongdoing, as the allegations solely revolve around the actions of the poker players featured on the stream at a non-Hustler Casino live event. Later, in a statement to Poker News, Mars said, "I'm writing this statement to set the record straight on some false accusations that have personally damaged my reputation. I have won and lost huge amounts numerous times in my poker career, but I have never cheated in a game, and I've always paid when I lost. Mars would go on to target Fei's poker struggles, saying his now former friend is on a major downswing in poker after having lost $1.5 million in a private game heads-up poker battle and a couple $100,000 in Vegas and millions more. However, during the Las Vegas Grand Prix last month, Fei gave Poker News a tour of his $400,000 Caesars Palace suite. But Mars says he constantly posts pictures of himself on social media with super luxury cars, mansions, and suites at Caesars Palace. None of these assets are his. They all belong to our mutual friend, and Wesley lies to everyone to portray a certain image. Mars goes into more detail, revealing a lot more about what he says he went on. He writes, October 14th, Zio called me to co-host a game with him at his apartment. I told Zio we will both bring players to the game. When we spoke about this, he asked if I wanted to bring the dealer. I responded to him, I can bring cards from Yorba Linda. You can call your dealers. After a couple hours passed, Zio and myself agreed to change the game location to Yorba Linda. So since we were playing at Yorba, there was no need for me to bring cards because they have multiple decks there at the game. When I arrived at the game, there was 6 to 7 people already sitting at the table. So there's no way that I could have switched or brought cards since everyone was there. After the game, we found out the cards were marked. At that time, I found Zio brought the deck, but he arrived around the same time I did. So that changed my mind about accusing Zio. 3 weeks later, one of the players who went back to China confessed to me on the phone and said he was sorry for all of the players blaming me. He went on to tell me he switched the cards because he was losing so much recently. His name is Sun. After I received this information, I went directly to the owner of the house and explained everything. 2 other people other than me can confirm this. I feel bad that I did not arrive earlier to the game, so there would have been a chance that I could have prevented the situation from even happening. I would like to apologize to the following players who were at the game: Pink, Brick, Chris, Zio, Jason, and Joey. Airball and Wesley were both clearly missing in the apology. Things would go even further when a phone call was released between Wesley and Mars, and potential violence was threatened. Mars said, "I'm calling you right now to discuss something. It's not important whether I win or lose, and I want to explain the situation to you. I've already talked to the boss about this. I don't want any more overly aggressive actions. I can't control the boss anymore." He would then go on to say, "Because if it continues like this, there will be bloodshed. I don't want this matter to escalate to that level." He also apparently did not care if the call was recorded. Wesley asked, "But what about the money owed? The con team also made money, right?" To which Mars responded, "It's no longer about the money for them now. The money they earned here is not their big money." And finally, "Anyway, I think you shouldn't push them too hard. If pushed too hard, a cornered dog will jump over a wall, and it's really not a good thing." Needless to say, the controversy surrounding Nik Airball, Wesley, and Mars sent shockwaves through the poker community, raising questions about integrity and fair play in the high-stakes poker circuit. The controversy serves as another reminder of the challenges and controversies that can arise in a world where millions of dollars are at stake at all times, and the line between fair play and deception is often razor thin. But for most poker players, they wouldn't have it any other way. And that's it for this one. Thank you for checking out the video, and make sure to let us know what other poker scandals you think we should cover next. We will see you in the next one.